Hey, boys!
And welcome to Nonsensical Nonsense, everybody. Happy Monday. Whew, it was a Monday. I'm a little sunburnt. I've heard of jet lag, but is there such a thing as road rag? Lag? Road rag. Yeah, heard of that. Road lag. We sorry for the late start. I literally just walked in the door maybe 15 minutes ago. So we just got back from PA. What's going on, everybody? Hopefully you enjoyed your weekend. Your Monday wasn't too terrible, and you're ready to get your week started. We got Tony D in the building. He'll be joining us momentarily. Looks like he's in a very serious conversation. And of course, you got your boy Glick with you. And I thought we were going to have a new member of the show joining us, but he's got MIA and he doesn't return messages or anything anymore. So we'll have to wait and see if that happens. But if you're not already, go ahead and check us out on the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Don't forget, we do go live on YouTube and Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. And if you can't check us out live, you can go and listen to us on Spotify and everywhere you listen to podcasts at. All at Nonsensical Nonsense Podcast. Go ahead and give us a follow, give us a like, and if you'd be so kind, give us a share. And don't forget, you can also share the live out. We greatly appreciate both of them shares if you'd be so kind. Tony D, what's going on with you, sir? How you doing, man?
A whole lot of this. This is actually my first time sitting down since I got off work. I came off about 20 minutes and ran back out.
Damn.
I'm actually literally just settling down and heating up my food. So yes, I will be eating the fuck on camera.
I mean, you say that like You
Chris
never
technician was
eat on
good.
camera. Like it's the first
I don't plan on it. I normally get hungry as we begin, but tonight, no, this shit's gonna fucking happen.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's just a part of the show at this point. That'd be like me coming on the show and going, "Motherfuckers, tonight I'm drinking on the show."
Good point.
You know, like, it's just a part of the show. It's a part of what we do. What's going on, Chatters Box? I see you, Golf Hawks in the building. Chris Technician, what up, Falker? And everybody else just joined in. We're just getting started. How was the rest of your weekend, sir?
I do be hungry all the time. I took it easy with Jason. Had to take him to martial arts today before I took him to his mom's house. So that's
Nice.
what I was doing. Always fun. Always a kick, always a thrill, always a struggle having to go back. But I'm good.
Yeah, that's a tough thing. For my eyes are fucking watering like crazy.
It's tough when you can't be there. I'll admit that. When you can't be there.
Yeah, for quote unquote single parents. That going back and forth stuff is tough. And I mean, it's a little bit different for me now because they're here all the time, during the week and everything like that. And they're always here. But when we were splitting time, or even when I was working at OSU for that short time period, and I only got to see them on the weekends, I hated that shit, man. When Sunday night rolled around,
look like they got the goodie out of you today. They got me a little worn out. So, Sadie, thank you for being here.
Tony do be hungry all the time. What's going on, Sadie? Well,
does it take to send a letter to Canada?
Who's it going to?
Canada. It says, "Dear Canada, you."
Oh, shit.
Jeff's not here. I'll take the heat tonight. Tony 3D Stacks, you look like you got the goodie out of you today. Yeah. No, but no, that was tough, man. Sundays rolled around and I hated it. I hated it with a passion. So I totally get that on both sides of the fence for parents when they're doing joint custody or shared parenting or anything like that. It's hard when no matter how much you get to see your kids.
I tell all the fellas all the time, just make sure you're there. Mm-hmm. Just make sure you're there. Even if we're trying to get together, whatever, bring the kids with you, because it's a struggle being a non-custodial parent, and it's a struggle trying to be there with everything else you got. And they'd be like, "I don't want to bring the kids." I said, "Bring the kids." That just means we got to behave. Mm-hmm. And it ain't that hard, though. I always tell cats that I don't care. If you got kids, bring the kids with you. We just got to calm them. We can't drink till later. And we're going to make sure they say, see, that's how I grew up. The parents, the elders didn't give a damn what they did. If you want to bring the kids, bring the kids. We ain't going to let nothing happen to them, and we ain't going to abuse them. Bring the kids.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how it was.
I don't want the kids around. I want me time. That's what's wrong with a bunch of y'all right now as parents. Y'all want too much me time because you never had enough in the first place, or you don't feel like you had enough based on outside temptations. God damn it, when you had kids, it ain't about you time no more. You got to make time for yourself after the children.
And
that is your Tony D, Nonsensical Nonsense message of the day. Sons of bitches.
Well, no, I mean, it is nice to have, like I said, I love my kids to death. And I love that they're with me all the time, but on the weekends when they go to their mom, it is nice because then I can just kind of, I miss them. The only 2 days.
Listen, it took me months to readjust to not having him around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's the other kicker. You got to readjust to not having them around. And that takes longer than it does to readjust to having them around because you want them around the first goddamn place.
Yeah, exactly. But no, that's how I grew up. And I mean, that's how I've always been with my kids. I mean, we can go over to a friend's house and they go with me. And if we're cooking out and drinking, then we cook out and we drink and we still have fun. I might not, more than likely I'm not going to get freaking hammered like I would if I was out on my own without the kids or, I just responsibly drink, unless we're staying over somewhere. And then that's a different story. But
you're going to responsibly drink and there's enough of you around. You trust the crowd that you're around when you're bringing kids. You got to trust the antics of the people you're going to be around too. Some of y'all can't trust the people y'all around because too many of you don't give a fuck.
This is true.
That's the goddamn problem. That's why ain't nobody around your ass. You emphasize you don't give a fuck more than you understand. Then you emphasize that you're an adult, that you're grown, and that you know how to be mature.
Mm-hmm.
That's the damn problem. I I'm on everybody else today.
But that's how it was for me growing up. Like with my parents, and we went over to, we always went to their friend's house, and all the kids were around, and we just did our own thing.
All the kids.
The adults did their thing, and the kids did their thing.
You're gonna know about them today. Guess why? Because we hanging out. So y'all go be friends. And the first time there's a problem, we beating all y'all's asses.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, everybody just kind of hung out, and you just did your thing, and the grown folks did what the grown folks did, and the kids did what the kids did, and that's how it was. I know, like when my parents would have friends out, and their kids would come out, man, we'd dip out into the woods and disappear.
See, that's not good. See, that's the problem y'all got right there. Y'all be
Oh,
on that.
what? We weren't doing anything bad. We just went into the woods and we played. We
y'all be
had paintball wars, or
went
adventuring, went exploring in the woods or whatever.
I did that with my cousins. We didn't go that far into the woods,
but we had a bunch of land, and the majority of our land was woods, so we never even left our property.
Right.
We were on the property.
This is now right.
So, but no, my kids, I've always
friends, because when you got to the house, you go into whoever room it is. This their room. They here. They visiting. Y'all have fun. We'll see y'all later. And if there's a problem, the parents came up and all y'all got it. So y'all became friends.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, and you grew up in the city. I grew up in the country. So I mean, I lived in both worlds, the city and the country. And
I was mainly city and suburbs.
Yeah, the country. I mean, you just have so much more freedom. White people get weird in the woods. Speaking from experience, I mean, yeah, we do some sketchy shit from time to time.
Yeah. You make movies about you motherfuckers.
Hey, what up, Mark? You motherfuckers are in those movies too, Tony D. You just don't last very long.
Yeah.
That's my point.
What?
Hi, Tony.
Hello. How you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Baby.
She survived her first weekend alone.
Baby.
That's good. That's good. They look forward to that.
Ooh, nice.
They look forward to that.
Ah, okay. Thank you.
Guess what?
Hey, she didn't say hi. I was about to get on your case. You better say hi to me.
By this boy from C-Tech. Like, he literally walked up and down the exact same aisle, the ice cream aisle that me and Nikki were in. He walked down one end, walked down the other. And then we went to check out. This dude was all the way down at like the very end of the checkouts, and we were at the other end. He walked all the way down and then walked out the door, stood by the carts, and waited for us to walk out, looked directly at me and goes, "Have a great rest of your night." And he literally followed me around the entire store.
Hey. How old was he?
He goes to C-Tech.
He's in high school like you? He's in high school like you?
Yeah, they go to school together.
Oh, okay, so we ain't got to shoot him. I'm just making sure.
This is why Susan's peeing on the carpet.
Who's that?
I don't know, but there are 3 of those spots, and each of them have had a blood clot.
Ugh. Time to put a bullet in you.
And then he snapped me right after. I didn't realize who it was until he snapped me. I got in the car and I opened it. I looked at Nikki. I was like, "There's no way that was that dude."
That was him.
He snapped you.
Snapchat.
Oh.
Duh.
Duh. I ain't 18. Duh. I'm older. Duh.
Yeah.
Rangers don't snap me. Duh. I don't respond to them. Unless you got like adult website or some shit.
Yeah,
I liked some of it. I just had to tell Dad that I was followed around the store.
Yeah, I don't.
She looked a little crunk. I was kind of nervous. This guy followed me, right? This what?
Yeah, sounds like one of the boys she goes to school with.
Yeah. How old did he look? I just want to make sure.
Yeah. Well, he's a junior at C-Tech, so.
Oh, okay. That's a great rest of your night. How about you have a better day thinking about what the hell you just did because I let you live, you motherfucker.
King of the what's going on? King of the Ranch. Click King of the Ranch. Nice. I seen you boys went full on car and nerd conversation after I left Friday night.
Great car conversation. And I got to warn Brian because Brian will have clips in a 15, 20 minutes. I'm like, Brian, do something quick. What? I'm like, Brian, come on, Brian. All right, Brian. But Brian did travel. I did see the pictures. Brian, if you're watching this, I hope you're enjoying yourself because
I seen him. I didn't really have my phone on me much yesterday. We went over to Nikki's parents. Since we couldn't go out for Mother's Day, we went out there yesterday and cooked out and kind of did a late Mother's Day. Of course, we were both hungover as hell yesterday.
Why am I not surprised?
I don't know. I don't even know. We both said we weren't going to the bar. We weren't going to drink Saturday night.
Shit.
We both said. We said I think it was Thursday or Friday. We're like, I think it was Thursday or something. We were talking about things. I was like, we should be fine if we don't go to the bar and drink or whatever. She's like, I don't really want to go and whatever. I was like, okay. We were talking about me doing the show, and I was like, that's fine. I'm not really in the mood to go to the bar either. We got into town and went and met her friend at the bar as soon as we got into town Saturday. And I was doing some podcast related stuff. Like Nikki drove out. So, like I was saying Saturday night.
You was able to do it in the car. Yeah, I saw your message.
Yeah, so then I just had a couple more things I was doing on my phone. And I had
last name's on my snap.
They were kind of chit-chatting and whatever at the bar. And I had a couple drinks. Nikki had a couple drinks.
Here's my earphone back.
And we were originally going to go see a friend of hers. Her and her boyfriend was playing, or her boyfriend's in a band. We were going to go see them after the show Saturday. Well, they finished up and they're like, we had already made plans with one of her other friends to come back to the bar. And she had her friends at the house. I was like, it's going to be one of those nights. But
get together, we're going to have a drink. One drink turns to 2 hours.
Yeah, but yesterday, so we went out there. We were both hungover as hell out at her. And her dad made pina coladas. And I typically don't like pina coladas because I don't like pineapple and I don't like coconut. But I had one and I wanted another one because they were really good. But I was like, I just don't want to drink.
Right, pina colada will hit the spot. Let's be real.
And they really did too. They were good. Well, we wound up. We had a good day out there. I got a little sunburn. We went out on the 4-wheeler for a little bit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, her dad's got a 4-wheeler. They own a bunch of property. They live out in the middle of nowhere. But we went out on the 4-wheeler and drove all over God knows where. I have no idea. We came back and her mom was like, "Where'd you guys go?" And I was like, "I have no idea. I truly have no idea. I've only been out to their house twice."
Y'all just rode out in the woods till she came back pregnant. I got it.
That would be a hell of an accomplishment if she came back pregnant because she's gonna have to grow back a whole lot of organs. I'm good, Tony D, but I ain't that damn good. She's missing some key parts.
Hell no.
Don't think that conversation didn't come up.
Let's just get a couple things clear. My tubes tied. Word.
Yeah. No, don't think. Had we not been so hungover and just feeling like we didn't really feel like ash yesterday. We were just kind of
drained.
Just drained because we pulled out of the driveway. I was like, "Hey, we can pull off in the woods somewhere." She's like, "Don't think I didn't think about it." But it was so hot out. But when we were out on the
four-wheeler, you now have 40-year-old nymphos on your pocket. Jesus.
Hey, all I gotta say, Tony, is when you're in a relationship and that part of the relationship is good, then you're a little bit more adventurous and
enjoy it while you can before reality really kicks in, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hopefully reality won't kick in for a while.
I hear you.
But we rode around and it felt good on the 4-wheeler because it was hot as hell out there yesterday. Like top of my fucking knees are sunburnt from wearing shorts.
Damn shame.
But her pops cooked out. He made some chicken and whatnot. So we ate good. We had a nice relaxing Sunday. And then run today. We got up. And, Nikki still got stuff at her house that she's still, moving out here. So we loaded up the old Equinox, loaded it to the gills.
Killing all that eco mileage.
Well, I tell you what, man, I probably put more mileage on that Equinox in the almost year that I've had it than I did in a year, in 2 years on my cruise.
Right.
So I'm getting up there. I mean, I've put about I've put about 20,000 miles on it this year, and I've had it about a year. I'm coming up right on about a year, which is average, is what the car dealers say. When you lease a car, that's why you get, I think, 20,000, 25,000 miles a year when you lease a car. So that's about average.
Yeah,
I was just way below average in my cruise,
I hear you.
even though all the traveling I did, which was surprising.
Well, you did a lot of traveling back and forth to work.
Well, when I got my cruise, and shortly after I bought my cruise, I went down to Tampa. I made multiple trips from South Carolina to Ohio
Yeah.
when we were moving up here, or when I was moving back. I went up to Michigan I think I went up there for a week. Few trips down to Tennessee and whatnot. So, I mean,
Sorry.
well, not a few, but several trips down there, but not bad. I mean, I think I put like 60,000 miles on it in 4 years, something like that.
That ain't bad.
So, but yeah, I was kind of skimming through and listening to a little bit of Saturday Nights. I didn't catch all of it after I left. Well, I didn't watch any of it after I left. I'll be 100% honest with you. I just was kind of skimming through earlier today and whatnot. I was like, these fools, Cars and Harry Potter.
We went there.
But I'm just glad it didn't turn into a PSA for Cancun travel.
Oh no, it was about to.
I was we got up this morning. I was kind of lounging around while we were getting ready to leave and whatnot, and kicked on the NFL Network. Man, they are OTAs and everything are in full swing. They're talking about this, talking about that.
Big news in the NFL right now.
What's that?
Tom Brady becoming part owner of the Raiders.
Oh yeah. They were talking about that last week.
It's official. Just popped up before we started.
Yeah, they brought that up. I think it was last week that he was going to start making a move to what is it, minority ownership or something like that. But they were talking about that when he went to the Bucks. He wanted to buy into Miami, into the Dolphins, but then they kind of got into a little bit of trouble between Tom Brady and Miami, saying that there was, behind the scenes chats and things like that weren't supposed to be happening. And it sounds like the exact same chats were had that he had with Las Vegas. Maybe he couldn't do so because he was a player at the time. So, but that's cool. I mean, the guy's probably going to make more money retired than he made as a player.
Oh, yeah, that's a given.
Just because, again, by choice, he took the lower pay deals and the lower
and they
contract.
Need to Hall of Fame him now. Then
Oh,
just
yeah.
go ahead and get it over with. They just need to go ahead and get it over with. Just stop playing.
Yeah, I was watching AM Football Talk or whatever on NFL Network, and they had Steve Smith Sr. on there and Jason McCourty and Gerald McCoy. Man, I love me some Steve Smith. That dude was a monster when he played, and he talks so much shit. I love it.
And backed it
up.
Yeah,
he backs it up.
What's
like
up,
crazy. She can argue in the chatter's box all she wants. Because they were talking about him getting into fights with DBs and safeties and whatnot. And he was like, yeah, what they didn't seem to realize was that my hands were way faster than they thought. And if they thought about it, they were already too late. I was like, he was a fucking hell on wheels on the football field.
When their Super Bowl, the second Super Bowl they were in, it might have been the first one. I think it was the first one. When they were losing, and they put him on the punt return team, and he ran that damn football back for a touchdown, and he was looking at the bench like, "Come on, let's go!" I was like, "That man, he's a monster."
Yeah, I like Steve Smith. Not only as a football player, he was one of those guys that I really liked when he played, but I like his personality. He does talk a lot of crazy shit, but he backs it every ounce of it. He backs up with no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's what Nikki went upstairs and was getting ready. We met a friend of hers for lunch before we left. And she hollered down the stairs. And I was like, yeah, huh? She said, were you sleeping down there? I said, no, I'm engulfed in this football conversation. I said, fantasy football is right around the corner. And I said, so they're already starting to talk about key players and potential moves and everything else.
We got another month, in my opinion. Before
What's
we really
that?
start talking. We got at least another month, in my opinion, before we really start talking. I think everybody's figuring out.
Yeah, but they're just now starting to.
I did see an alert today. They authorized a third emergency backup quarterback. I'm sitting here thinking, I thought they already had that. It was on the ESPN alert this afternoon.
Well, they have your 53 man roster.
Excuse me. Yes.
Most teams have 3 quarterbacks.
Right.
So I'm wondering if they're saying like they could have a reserve 4th like on the practice squad, or if they would actually be on the main roster. That would be on the field in case something happened, like with San Francisco last year. What's going on?
Thank you for being here.
So that's what I'm wondering if that's what that is. Like if you're going to have a 4th man on the field or whatever, and suited and possibly ready to play if need be. No, man, Steve Smith this morning was dragging Trey Lance.
Was he?
Just dragging his ass.
Wow.
He's a bust, man. And I felt that way, but it's good to see somebody that's a professional and actually has knowledge of the game and played the game say the exact same thing as I'm feeling. But San Francisco is trying to trade him, and they want 2 first-round picks.
That's messed up.
And he was like, he ain't worth 2 third-round picks.
That's messed up.
He said San Francisco messed up. They went all in on the kid, and he hasn't proven anything. He hasn't done anything. He's like, now they got Brock Purdy, and they just lost Jimmy G. So, but Steve was the only one on the panel saying that San Francisco was a contender in that division.
Let me see if I can get this to come up here.
Yeah, go ahead. This is a 20-minute video.
No. I ain't having that. I ain't having that.
You got on him last time he was on the show about that.
Well, Brian does that, and I get it.
I know, that's what I'm saying. You got last time he was on the show, not this weekend, but the time before he was trying to show a video. It was like 10 minutes long, and you're like, really, dude?
Because he'll do that, and I know he'll do that. I'll be like, come on, man, but it's all right. Excuse me, sorry, y'all, that slipped.
Unacceptable.
That's fine.
Joby said, can Lenny come over here and argue?
A rule they revived that the San Francisco 49ers ran out of quarterbacks during their loss in the NFC Championship game last season. The rule applies only to quarterbacks who aren't on a 53-man roster. It makes sense. And as I'm reading it, why would you not bring a practice squad quarterback in? That don't make no sense to me.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because you can only have so many players suited up on the field, as far as I understand.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, unless you just had a 4th backup just in case, and he was chilling in the locker room or something like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I didn't mean to knock your shared camera off. There we go. So, I mean, they absolutely need it. I 100% agree.
It only makes sense. You got practice squads. You got minor league teams, I believe. I'm like, they're going to
Well, you can pull. I mean, there's a guy that played in the XFL this season who's already been brought up to an NFL team, picked him up.
Who?
I can't think of his name. I think it was a defensive player. I just seen the article real quick the other day that said one of the top we could potentially be seeing one of the top XFL players in the NFL this season based off of his performance. So I mean, this man just did what, 10 weeks in the XFL or whatever, go get a month or so off and be potentially, but I mean, ultimately that's why the NFL and everything, and I think that's what's helping the USFL and the XFL with the NFL supporting them and promoting their stuff. That's what a lot of guys are hoping for, that they get a chance. Maybe some guys didn't get a chance in the NFL. They went undrafted or whatever, or an injury, caused their career to go short. So they're hoping to use this as a stepping stool to get to the NFL or get back into the NFL.
Well,
I mean, look at AJ McCarron.
They want to make NFL money.
Yeah. Well, of course. Who doesn't? Who doesn't want to make professional athlete money? In any sport you look at, if that's the game you're going to play and that's the avenue you're going to go, you want to be in the NFL or the MLB or the NHL or the NBA or whatever. I mean, look at AJ McCarron this year with the XFL. He was tearing it up. Now I don't think he's going to be back in the NFL anytime soon.
Yeah, because he can play football. Let's be honest. AJ McCarron was great. He just wasn't.
I mean, NFL wise, he was. I wouldn't say he was great. He was good. He tore it up in the XFL this year. I mean, I'm not going to clown on him at all. As far as his XFL season went this year, he was on fire.
I think him and DiNucci had good seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them are former NFL quarterbacks. DiNucci was on the Cowboys,
and
he was good.
Yeah, there's a cat in the USFL that plays for either Michigan or Pittsburgh. I think it's Michigan. That the first game out, dude, he just blew away every USFL record ever set as a quarterback in one game. I was just like, damn. And he's been on a tear since last season.
Good.
So, and I don't know if he was ever in the NFL. I seen Tampa Bay picked up Kurt Warner's son.
Oh,
and he's got a chip on his shoulder because he was undrafted. And he said, I'm the smartest wide receiver in the league, or that was in the draft this year. And I'm going to make these teams pay for not choosing, not drafting me. I'm like, all right, go ahead. Because you know what your daddy did in the NFL. He went from bagging groceries to winning Super Bowl rings, and now wearing a Hall of Fame jacket. But hopefully it'll pan out for him. Now they were talking about the Bengals and how Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Joey B said they wanted to stay in Cincinnati for the long haul, and they want to stay together. And all three, McCord, and Steve Smith, all three said, yeah, that's fun and that's cute to say until the money comes. Because money comes and talks, and that's what we're here for.
But
don't let anybody fool you.
For one to stay at a potential Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
They're not a playoff contender.
But I mean,
Super Bowl contender. The Bengals are a Super Bowl contender.
They are, but all three guys brought up a good point about T. Higgins. T. Higgins is a wide receiver one. And he's playing a wide receiver, and he's now at a wide receiver two. Eventually, he's going to want wide receiver one money. He's going to want the spotlight on him.
He might not.
Oh, I mean, they all three, two former and one current NFL player, all said
because of the money. Yeah, because of the money. I agree. Yes.
All fine and dandy, but if Team XYZ comes and says, you're gonna be our guy. We're gonna give you this amount of money. You're gonna go where the money is, especially if you got a.
If you want to go to that team, see what I think I see with the Bengals, they enjoy playing with each other. The way the Titans were about 3 or 4 seasons ago.
Yeah,
they were having a kick-ass time with each other. So I don't know if he'll leave.
But we'll see. Well, him and Joe Burrow will both be in a contract season next year. So,
oh my God.
So we'll see what happens. Jamar Chase has one more year because he was drafted the year after. Because T. Higgins and Burrow came in at the same time. So they got one more. We got this season coming up. We'll see how it pans out in the contract season. Fucking D-Hop still undecided. Nobody knows what's going on with D-Hop. The Cardinals may cut him.
That's going to be to clear cap space. They ain't got no reason to cut him other than that.
No, and he's a free agent. And, I know Cleveland was sniffing around on Andrew Berry. All I got to say is keep your ears perked, because if they cut him, you better jump.
If D-Hop go to Cleveland,
shit, he's
with
already
Deshaun
said
again.
He has said it, and Deshaun has said it. They want to play together again. They want to be together, but it's going to cost a team.
Y'all better start the sign
in a trade.
The horns,
yep.
The foghorn, call the pigeons. All it's going to be up. Ohio is going to lose their mind. Those two together, it's a wrap.
In a trade, it's going to cost the team way too much money and way too much to get D-Hop right now.
No, they'll go ahead and violate and pay the fine, because your fan base will be there.
Oh no, Cleveland will absolutely be there. But if Arizona cuts him, like they're saying that they might, he's fair game.
Y'all better grab him what Dallas does.
You go grab him. You give me.
You know Dallas will grab motherfucking minute. Bobby Shadow.
What's going on, Bobby?
Shadow.
Give me Amari Cooper and D Hops and Donovan Peoples-Jones in our wide receiver core, and with the addition of Elijah Moore, and Nick Chubb in the backfield. I ain't mad.
They'll trade him for 2 wide receivers, because y'all wide
Nick Chubb ain't going anywhere.
Well, he's a running back, but they'll trade him for Elijah Moore. And they'll probably trade him for somebody else to play with Deshaun Watson. Mm-hmm. Them two alone are a problem.
Oh, yeah. Well, as I'm saying, you're going to put a nasty-ass wide receiver core together. I mean, it's already, I kind of like our wide receiver core already. You go ahead and throw D-Hop into the mix.
Yes.
Whew.
Yes. That's problems.
That
is problems in the AFC. And I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there, too. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, nonsensical fuckers of all ages. I have been on record saying.
I like that, Tony. I like that, Tony.
Goes to the Jets. They go into the Super Bowl. Mark it, book it, everything.
If D-Hop goes to the Jets?
No. I said Aaron Rodgers, when he went to the Jets, they were going to go to the Super Bowl. I'll tell y'all something. About a week or two ago, I saw that schedule. I'm recanting that statement. Have you seen the Jets schedule?
They got a tough one. Cleveland and New York both have tough schedules.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That schedule, they'll be lucky to hit 500.
I'm
going to say it. Golf walk, write that shit down.
Well, really?
Look at that schedule.
You got Buffalo, Dallas, New England, Kansas City, Denver,
that's
Philly.
1-4.
I think they'll get a decisive victory over Denver.
They'll get Denver. We don't know about the other 4 already.
They're going to get a close game in New England.
Yes, I'll give you close.
So they could potentially be 2-4 at their bye week. Okay. Giants, Chargers. You don't know what Chargers team's going to show up. Vegas was dog shit last year.
I will be realistic with you.
Yeah.
I apologize for cutting you off. I will be realistic with you. The Chargers, they should not beat the Chargers.
They shouldn't.
They should not beat the Chargers. They should not beat Dallas.
But the Chargers were kind of wishy-washy.
They should beat, as of right now, and I do mean should beat, is the Broncos.
Yeah. Las Vegas, they were kind of dog shit last year.
Las Vegas is a toss-up, and
then they don't have Darren Waller anymore. Didn't they get rid of Josh Jacobs too?
I don't think they did. Golf Hawk, you out there? What we got?
They did bring Jimmy G back, or they brought Jimmy G.
Las Vegas, regardless, is up and down, regardless of who's on the roster.
And I know they do still have Josh Jacobs. I apologize. Yeah. They brought in. Well, they have Devontae. They got Jacoby Myers now. They're tight end one. Ooh. They got Austin Hooper, who was with Cleveland, with Atlanta. He's good. And they got O.J. Howard, a tight end from Tampa Bay.
So Vegas is
So
I can't
we'll
formally
see.
guarantee you win.
Yeah, we'll see. I think that could go either way in Vegas. Buffalo
Every week
again,
that they win,
Miami.
we're going to celebrate because as of right now, they can only beat Denver on that schedule from what I'm seeing.
I think they can beat the Giants.
Barely. And
Potentially
the Giants are notorious for beating the Jets.
I think they could beat New England too. That's why I said 2 and 4 at the bye.
Yeah.
Giants, Chargers, Vegas. Those could be good. Those could be good games. Buffalo
when they play the Giants and when they play the Patriots, those are two very big games to me as a Jets fan because the Giants are in-town rivalry and the Patriots. Let me be 1,000. I can't stand them fuckers.
I can't stand them either. I'm on board with you, bro. I hate the Patriots.
I can't stand them fuckers.
I hate them with a passion.
I can't stand them fuckers. I really can't. They get on my fucking nerves.
But I mean, your division's going to be tough for you guys this year. Bottom line, Buffalo twice, Miami twice, New England twice.
There you go. We love the kids, motherfuckers. We love the kids. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, fuck y'all. The division is going to be tough for you guys. I'll give you that.
The season is going to be. I already knew the division was going to be tough this season.
But yeah, looking at the rest of the season, I mean, you got Houston, Atlanta. We don't really know what Houston's going to do this year after last year. Atlanta, if they're Atlanta,
Houston,
that should be a win.
Houston, I'm going to go ahead and call a win early. Atlanta, I would call a win, but let me tell you something. When I went to that game New Year's, I watched Atlanta play.
Atlanta's tough, but they just can't finish.
The score does not give them any justice from what I saw at the game. They can do this. Okay, and we'll see the mistakes. Okay, but they will still play football. And
I agree 100%. Atlanta's biggest problem is they can't finish a game. It's been like that for years.
Yes, they can.
I mean, Atlanta has become notorious.
Over the past decade, the biggest problem they had with finishing again was the Super Bowl and the Cincinnati Bengals.
I mean, Atlanta has become notorious over the last few years of having these big ass fucking leads
and losing it
and losing a game, and not just the Super Bowl, but in regular season. I mean, I can't tell you how many times you go into the half and they're up 21 points, 28 points. Oh, you guys should walk away with this one, and then lose by 14.
Yeah, I was.
Houston is a win. Miami. Washington, you really never know what you're going to get out of Washington.
No. Miami will not be a win. I will not call Miami. Right now, I would not call Miami a win.
Cleveland,
I'm not going to call that a win. No.
We should have beat y'all last year. That was a good game. That was a hell of a game last year. We should have beat y'all. And then New England again. Yeah, you know what, Tony? I think, and I'm not just saying it just because I want to talk shit about your team.
Right.
But I can absolutely agree with you. You might be below 500.
I think we'll be lucky to hit 500 this season. I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest.
Cleveland's got an early bye week.
Russo was correct. Mad Dog Russo was correct. He's like, "Are you crazy?" And I just wait for the schedule to come out. We're kind of comfortable with who's on the roster or who their options are as players, and then we looked at the schedule. So, I said,
Cleveland's got a early bye week. We got a week 5 bye week. You guys got week 6 bye week. But we play all 3 of our division rivals in the first 3 weeks.
Early.
Bengals, Pittsburgh, Tennessee, Baltimore. Now, since Joey B has come to Cincy, Cleveland is 5-1 against Joey B and his Bengals.
Yeah,
they have his number for some reason. As good as Cincinnati is, Cleveland has their number.
Right.
I don't want to call that a win. Pittsburgh.
You can.
Pittsburgh, I'm going to go ahead and be an asshole, and I'm going to call that a win only because I'm going to be there.
You could call Cincy a win because I think Deshaun Watson is going to go bananas this season.
I think so too. I want to say Pittsburgh's going to be a win.
Cincinnati, because Cincinnati, you play great football. I'm still giving you respect, even though you lost that Super Bowl, because y'all play decent fucking football. But I would put my money on Deshaun Watson in fantasy football this season. I would.
Tony, I'm with you. I'm gonna try to get him in my league. I know the quarterback I want. I'm gonna try to get Deshaun Watson. The first couple weeks, I may have him on the bench just to see how he plays out, and then determine what to do after that.
If I get
Tennessee, I'm going to say, is a win
For the Jets?
for the Browns.
Yeah.
Baltimore, we struggle against Baltimore, and we usually play really good and then lose by a field goal or a fucking touchdown because 9 times out of 10 it's a fucking field goal because Justin Tucker can kick a field goal from 3 states away. I mean, let's be honest.
He's about as reliable as a Zendejas.
So I think potentially Cleveland could go. I'm going to be realistic, and I'll say 2-4 by the bye week. As a fan, I want to say 3-1.
Right.
But then we play San Francisco. The Colts. Yeah. San Francisco is going to be a problem because their defense is disgusting.
The whole team is disgusting.
Yeah, if they're healthy. Indianapolis should be a win. Seattle should be a win. Arizona could be interesting. Baltimore, Pittsburgh, again, could go either way.
Yes.
Denver's a win. The Rams, they've kind of fallen off a little bit since that Super Bowl run.
Yes, I will be careful on selecting against the Rams. We got to see how they're going to do. I think Aaron Donald left. So
Yeah.
I don't know who's still there.
Cold?
I'm freezing.
Hot. I think so. Rams could go either way. I'm going to lean more towards an L from the Rams.
All right. Did you eat my goldfish?
I'll let you have that.
Jacksonville.
And why is my cow?
Last year they were
That's my
cool.
cow.
They were good.
Jacksonville's sneaky, dog. They sneaky.
Jacksonville should be a win. Chicago a win. Houston a win.
Whoa. You said Chicago will win?
Yeah, Chicago's a win.
Put me down.
Dude, they're a fucking dumpster fire,
It is
man.
a loss.
They're a good team, but they're a fucking dumpster fire. They can't get out of their own way, man.
I think they're still more defensive than offensive.
I
think they're still more defensive than offensive, but I wouldn't call them an easy win yet or a victory at all. I wouldn't.
let's see. Let's see here. What was their? Well, they were 3-14
Right.
last year.
Let's just say you don't want to be one of those threes this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, they beat San Francisco. They beat Houston, and mind you, they beat Houston by 3 points. And they beat the New England Patriots.
Houston almost beat Dallas.
Yeah, they beat the Patriots. Outside of that, they were getting smoked by everybody. Well, I mean, they had a couple close games.
There was a few close games I remember.
Dallas beat them by 20 points.
Yeah.
Miami beat them by 3. Detroit beat them by 1. So I mean, they were in a good majority of their games. They got beat by the Jets by 21. Green Bay beat them twice by double digits.
I'm gonna go shower.
The Eagles beat them by 5. Buffalo Bills beat them by 23 or 22. The Lions beat them by 31 points.
Point made. Your point's made.
Yeah. So yeah,
I'm not being an ass. Yeah, your point's made.
I stick with what I said. Chicago, Cleveland, that's a win for Cleveland. Houston, a win for Cleveland. Deshaun's going back to Houston for the first time. He's ready to crack them in the mouth and take that dub. The Jets, I feel, I think it's going to be another really good game. But we see each other twice next year because we play each other in the Hall of Fame game. And you know the starters are going to be playing in the Hall of Fame game because it's the Hall of Fame game.
They got to.
And then we end the season with Cincinnati again. Recent records shows Cleveland has their number, but I think we split the season I think we split the season with Baltimore. We split the season with Cincy, and we sweep Pittsburgh this year.
Right.
So I think we end up 4-2 in our division for Cleveland. But also, as a Cleveland Browns fan, I say we go 0-6 in our division because the Cleveland Browns can and will fuck up a wet dream.
This is the facts. This is the facts.
As a sports guy, I say easily 4-2. As a fan, I say 0-6 in the division.
This is a fact.
Speaking of Cleveland, they beefed up their defense this year. We added some additions to our already very strong offense, in my
Very
opinion.
This motherfucker said very strong.
I mean, we have one of the best offensive lines in the league. You have one of the best running backs in the league.
Yeah, but you motherfuckers got to finish a season properly.
Yeah, right. Well, that's the thing. Our defense did kind of let us down a lot last season. You got guys on the line that are ready and willing to work with Myles Garrett. We hired they signed a new guys. What's his name from Minnesota? Za'Darius something, who has put up double-digit sacks basically every season that he's played. He's an 8-year veteran, and last year he had 11 sacks in 7 games. And he got hurt and missed the rest of the season. So the defense is going to want to eat quarterbacks. And there was an interview. They did an interview in Cleveland with Deshaun Watson, and they asked him about Nick Chubb. And he said, "Hey, little bro's going to eat this year. Don't worry about my throwing game, and don't worry about me running. He's going to eat. He's going to eat all season. I'll make sure he
He's going to get the ball around. He ain't going to do nothing until he has to." I agree.
So Nick Chubb ain't going nowhere. Nick Chubb's still going to get his numbers. He's still going to get his rushes. He's still going to be Nick Chubb.
Well, trust me, Georgia misses that motherfucker.
Shit.
Georgia misses that motherfucker.
Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna. I'm excited for the season. I'm excited to hopefully see, as I said, with Deshaun Watson last year, he didn't come in until week 12, or week 11, but every week he got better and better, in my opinion.
He did.
And I'm one of the biggest critics. In my opinion, the amount of money they gave him and the fact that it was guaranteed, it's Super Bowl or bust time, boys. It's time to nut up or shut up.
And to the Browns, I'm not even being an ass. I have to agree.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all looking like the Raiders.
Yeah.
Everybody on the team, you ain't doing shit. You got to the playoffs. Never take that away from you.
Yep.
Y'all gotta get farther than that.
I mean, you've got legitimately an all-star offensive team. And I think a lot of people slept on Donovan Peoples-Jones when he was drafted. I watched him in Michigan.
As a number one player in his position, you're correct. They did sleep on him. He would be an option 2 or option 3. Definitely.
DPJ is definitely a number 2.
Off the bench, they grabbed his ass. You ain't lying.
Yeah, he's definitely a number 2 wide receiver. But he has the potential with the right team to be an absolute number 1. He's got good hands. He's strong. He's fast. And he has been doing his damn thing.
Yes.
In Cleveland. And we added Amari Cooper last year. Amari Cooper, again, I've loved the guy even when he was in Dallas. And it pains me to say that because I hate the Cowboys with a passion. And I was stoked when we got Amari Cooper. And now we got a guy who's going to throw to him. And we got a guy who's going to throw to DPJ, not be scared. And then the addition of Elijah Moore, who is a little speedster that's going to take over for Schwartz, who couldn't catch a ball if you super glued it to his fucking hands. And then defensively, they really put in a lot of work this offseason on the defense. Our defensive line was one of our biggest weakness as far as rushing. Teams could rush on us for days. Now they stack that defensive line. Don't be thinking you're going to run all over Cleveland, and you can't throw on Cleveland.
No, you're not going to run all over Cleveland. I agree with you on that.
Because that secondary, I mean, we all remember, and I know you remember Revis Island.
Yes, sir.
That whole damn secondary is like, yeah, we're all on that level. Even like Jason McCourty, I remember watching him play, Tony. That dude was nasty on wide receivers. He played for, I think he was in Seattle. Oh, where else did he play? He played a couple different teams, but that motherfucker was just disrespectful to wide receivers.
Yes.
So
good. I finally found this fucking song I was looking for. Excellent.
Are you able to upload it? Is that what you're trying to do?
For that. I can't play these. I can't play these jams up here. You gonna get flagged.
Oh,
you gonna get flagged. I ain't gonna do it.
So now, like I said, as a football fan in general, I want to say 10-7-ish for Cleveland, maybe a little bit better. As a Cleveland Browns fan, I'm thinking like 9-8 or 8-9.
Right.
Which is if the rest of our division is dog shit, 8-9 will get us into the playoffs, as we learned from Tampa Bay last year.
Right.
So that's a division I'm curious to see how it pans out this year, because there's still a mess down there.
A lot of these teams are still, like I said, it's still early, man. I'm not.
Well, going off of last season, now I'll say Carolina on paper is probably the most improved from last season on paper.
I'll go with the Jets.
No. They're in that division.
In the division, okay.
Yeah. And what is that? The NFC South?
Carolina's improved over the past couple of drafts. They got a whole brand new squad.
Well, not even your drafts. Or not even the drafts. Yes, yeah, the NFC South. I mean, this offseason, they added. Now, granted, they did draft. Was it Bryce Young? Or no, who did Carolina draft? Was it Bryce Young? No, that was Houston.
CJ, what's his name? Stroud.
CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
So they got CJ Stroud. They still have Andy Dalton. They added Miles Sanders at running back. They added Adam Thielen, DJ Chark, wide receivers.
Six squad.
They added Hayden Hurst, tight end.
Six squad.
And that's just your skill positions right there. That's what I said. I think Carolina is the most improved in the NFC South, not including your drafts. Because, I mean, what else?
They were going to be the biggest surprise in the NFL 2 seasons ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm counting last season and the season before. Not
because
over the past 2 seasons ago, I said it was supposed to be the most improved team or the most interesting team. They made me look like ass. So I got to see what they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Miami has done what I thought Carolina was going to do. And I'll stick with that because Tua and that damn, what's his name? Jalen Warren, the wide receiver down there?
They got Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill.
Waddle and Tua. You know, both of them played in Alabama.
Yeah, they were teammates in Alabama.
And Jalen Hurts and my man up there with the Eagles, wide receiver, damn, what's his name?
AJ?
Jesus, Eagles wide receivers. Hang on.
Yeah, no, I told you. I've been saying, don't sleep on Miami because Tua's got, Raheem Mostert joined the team, running back. Tyreek Hill.
Devontae Smith. Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith, they were Alabama teammates. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So I already knew both of them teams were going to be. I said, oh, shit, they're going to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to bet against them with that type of chemistry, if you will. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's why D-Hop wants to be back with Deshaun. They
got chemistry.
They already got chemistry. I mean,
and to the Houston Texans, y'all fucked up. Y'all fucked up. I don't know what the hell's going on down there. Stephen ain't talking bad about y'all. People don't even like Stephen ain't no damn more. People don't even like Stephen ain't no more. He talking about y'all fucked up.
Stephen A. joined the ranks of Colin Cowherd. Nobody likes Colin Cowherd.
I like Colin Cowherd.
I love Colin Cowherd.
He's accurate as fuck.
The man's the truth. And ever since, I used to hate Cowherd.
I never hated him. Yes, he's cocky, but he was
he was
right. He was right.
He's always been right.
He was right.
Shit.
That motherfucker is a beast on sports.
Okay, yeah. When he was with ESPN, he used to drive me crazy. But he was one of the few guys at ESPN that would absolutely shit on the SEC.
He's still on the SEC, yes.
And he would just run them motherfuckers into the ground. And then when he went to Fox, and he wasn't getting in trouble for saying bad things about the SEC, and he was able to talk about these other conferences and talk about like the Big 10 and the Big 12 and the Pac-12 and everything like that. Boy, he went off. And what was it, not last season, the season before, he did a whole ass tirade on Michigan, like on how.
Go ahead.
He did a whole ass tirade on how good Michigan was and not getting credit for being how good Michigan was, because the Big Ten still wants to ride the dick of Ohio State, which is one of the most overrated programs in college football. And I was like, oh, you're going to lose your job, Colin. You just spoke out against Ohio State. That's like speaking out against Alabama.
But people do it.
And he shit on their quarterbacks at Ohio State. He was like, the greatest line he ever said that had me dying. And I was hanging out with some friends that are Ohio State fans. He said, Ohio State quarterbacks are glorified running backs. I've been saying that for years, Colin.
Damn.
He said an Ohio State quarterback couldn't throw a ball down the field if it saved to save their life. I was like,
damn. I wouldn't have done him like that.
Oh yeah, Colin goes in, and he's gone in on Michigan. Don't get me wrong, but I love the fact that he's 100% unbiased.
He called one Alabama season. He called out everybody like Alabama going to the championship. He said no. He said y'all got to realize something. 6 of these games. Well, he said 6 of the games were away, and 1 game was coming off of a bye week. It was something he said about Alabama coming off of a bye week. Mm-hmm. That's not good statistically. And this is when he was doing Sports Nation. Sports Nation was hell. Oh, that TV show was hell. You hear me? Oh, God. That TV show was hell. I watched that shit. I used to listen to Colin Cowherd, Dan Patrick. What's my man on CBS Sports now? Jim Rome.
Oh yeah, I like Jim.
I used to listen to I used to listen to the loose cannons. They used to have me hollering. You want a decent road trip? Have them jokers on for a few hours. Mm-hmm. They would talk mad.
Yeah, I used to listen to
Stephen A. I'm actually taking a break from sports radio because I actually listened to it for over a decade. And I'm like, okay, my mind's gone now.
Yeah, I had to take a break from it a couple years back because I used to love listening to ESPN radio and stuff like that. You know, but then
Mike in the morning, all that shit.
Yeah,
so a lot of people think I just listen to Stephen A because he black. Wrong. I listen to Stephen A because he was the new sportscaster after I listened to these other jokers. Mm-hmm. I listened to Jim Rome for years. I listened to Dan Patrick for years. I listened to Colin Cowherd for years. Stephen A was new. I listened to Stephen A since he got all of them. Now I'm around the horn at PTI and I'm about to take a break from them. I've been watching them for 19 years apiece.
Yeah. Now, the great thing about Colin Cowherd, and yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's pissed off everybody at some point in time, but he is probably one of the most unbiased sportscasters you will ever come across.
Unbiased and accurate. I have to give him.
And he speaks his mind, and he's not. And that was the greatest thing when he left ESPN and went to Fox. Fox was like, "Do what you want. We're not going to hold you back. You're not on a chain. You're not in a cage."
He had a loyal fan base. He truly has a loyal fan base. Absolutely. Stephen A has a controversial fan base. Colin Cowherd has a loyal, and I do mean loyal. People are used to him on the weekday mornings because he was there fighter. He got a loyal fan base. He's not disrespectful. He just comes straight forward.
Oh, he's just straight to the point.
Straight to the point.
And just straight to the point and says what's on his mind. And that's what it's so hard to find. And this goes across the board. It doesn't matter what sports you like. It is very hard to find a 100% unbiased, just I'm going to speak my mind and I'm going to speak facts sportscaster.
Well,
because as hard as you know, there are people out there, as hard as they try, you know, there's guys that were former players and they're going to be loyal to their specific team. And this goes across the board with any sport they played. So they're going to have a little bit of bias to them, you know, like you get guys like Booger McFarland. You see him every once in a while, Monday Night Football and stuff like that. He was a Bills guy. He's still a Bills guy.
He going down.
Bernie Kosar is a Browns guy. He's still a Browns.
Bernie Kosar will never leave the Browns. I agree.
Yeah, he's still a Browns guy. You know, he will shit on the entire AFC North except for Cleveland. Cleveland could be
Dallas for a minute.
I
think he did. Him and Boomer went for a second, didn't they?
Well, Boomer Esiason.
I think Bernie went for a second too.
I don't know. Let's see. I know he left Cleveland for a minute. I thought.
Cleveland. I think he went to Dallas for a minute.
Let's see here. Yeah. He was in Cleveland from 85 to 93. He was in Dallas from 93, and then he was in Miami from 94 to 96.
So he was in Dallas for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he won a Super Bowl.
He got a ring with them. I thought Boomer got one with them for a minute too.
Yeah, his college was Miami of Florida. He's from Boardman, Ohio. Small ass town. Went to the U. So he played 2 seasons in Miami. He was 1 season in Dallas. They won a Super Bowl. And then 8 seasons in Cleveland. So I mean he's a Cleveland guy, man. I mean, even Troy Aikman is to a certain degree, Aikman will always be a Dallas guy, and he shows bias to that rest of that NFC West division.
They drafted him. He got 3 Super Bowls with them, and Aikman had to go because he was concussion prone too.
Mm-hmm.
He was concussion prone too, but he did his time. I hated it when he left, but he did his time. My God.
Yeah, I mean he was with Dallas from 89 to 2000, dude.
Yeah.
And he spent 11 seasons, 3 Super Bowl rings,
yes.
Super Bowl MVP, 6-time Pro Bowler.
All that shit.
Yeah, I mean, he just all kinds of shit.
And he got his jacket.
He was at Oklahoma from 84 to 85 and from 86 to 88, UCLA. They drafted him in 89, number 1 overall. They got their money's worth out of Troy. I mean,
yes, they did. They still getting it. They're doing the same thing with Romo. Romo following right in his footsteps.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, you get some of these guys that as hard as they try, they still have homer tendencies, which is fun and dandy, in my opinion. You know, if you spent your entire, like Ben Roethlisberger spent his entire career with the Pittsburgh Steelers,
and that's respected.
Mm-hmm.
That's respected in today's game.
And he should have, if he goes into sports commentating or whatever, he should have a bias against the AFC North because he spent 20 years in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
But to let your bias completely take over your personality is one thing.
He was a beast in college. I watched that that bowl game he gave before he was drafted. I went, oh yeah, he's gonna be a bad man.
Oh yeah, he went to a small college here in Ohio,
Miami of Ohio. Yeah, I remember watching the game. I was like, shit.
Mm-hmm.
He went to the Steelers.
Yeah, fuck that.
I'm not a Steelers man.
Fuck Ben Roethlisberger. 23-2 or whatever it was against Cleveland in his career.
Beat y'all's ass.
He owned our asses.
Beat y'all's ass.
But we got your last 2 losses, you son of a bitch, and both of them were in Pittsburgh. So suck it, Ben Roethlisberger.
Beat y'all's ass.
Your last 2 losses against Cleveland, regular season and a playoff game. So suck it.
You talk. I'm gonna take a break. I'll be back. That dinner's talking, damn it. That dinner's talking.
Now you take a break. I'm gonna play a music break. Tony's gonna take a shit. We're gonna come back and reset. Get away from
sports. You, Glick.
I didn't do anything. You're the one that ate. Tony didn't end the show with a song for Saturday. We're gonna take a real quick break. I'm gonna go recycle some beer and grab some more. Enjoy this little 7-handled circus. with their cover of Aha's Take On Me. And we'll be back here in just a few minutes.
All right. At your little part, because y'all playing so soft, just get around.
Let's do it.
Oh, good job, cicadas. Right on cue.
Do it. Talking away. I don't know what I have to say, but I'll say it anyway. Today's another day to find me shying away. I'll be coming for your love, okay, and take on me. Take on me. Take me on. Take on me. 'Cause I'll be gone in a day or two. So needless to say, I'm odds and ends, but I feel stumbling away. Slowly learning that life is okay, and say after me, so much better to be safe than sorry. Take on me. Take on me. Take me on. Take on me. 'Cause I'll be gone in a day or two. Those things that you say, is it life or just to play my worries away? And all the things I've got to remember, they shine away. I'll be coming for your love, okay, and take on me. Take on me. Take me on. Take on me. 'Cause I'll be gone in a day or two. Take on me. Take on me. Take me on. Take on me. 'Cause I'll be gone in a
It is hot. I messed it up pretty good, though. We gotta do it again.
All right. Welcome back. That was Seven Handled Circus with their cover of Take On Me by Aha. Aha. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Hopefully we didn't bore you guys too much with our football talk. We're going to go ahead and jump away from that conversation, get back into some other combos, I guess you could say. If you're not already, go ahead, check us out on the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Don't forget you can hang out with us live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays on YouTube and Twitch. Or if you can't hang out with us live, you can listen to us anytime, any place on Spotify and everywhere you listen to podcasts at. all at Nonsensical Nonsense Podcast. Go and give us a follow. Give us a little like a rooski, and don't forget to give us a share. We greatly appreciate that. And you can share the live as well if you'd be so kind. And don't forget to turn on your notifications. Hit the little bell up at the top. That way you know that we're doing things, because we do things a lot. But on Spotify right now, we are up to date with all of our shows, most recent. You can check all those out. There's like 200 and some odd fucking episodes. I swear to God, we've done a million of these things, but it's fun nevertheless. Every episode's a little bit different from the last. Much like Smokey and Friday, Tony D is taking a shit. He's an old man. And, sometimes when old people eat, they got to go and, well, clear out the old colon cavity, if you will. With that being said, so we kind of jump back into it. Tony D's here. I'm Glick. You guys know that. As we were saying at the beginning of the show, Nikki and I went out of town this week, and we make frequent trips back to PA, which is where she's from. Well, real quick hop, skip, and a jump. Only about 3 hours away from here. And it's an easy drive. It's a fun drive. Whatever. Not a big thing. Basically a straight shot. But we did do something new this past weekend, and I decided to. My oldest daughter is 18, and we decided to give her a little bit of leeway, a little bit of freedom and whatnot. And we didn't want to take the dog with us. That's one of the downsides of having a pet, having a dog. You can't leave them home all by themselves for the weekend. If you have a cat, you can, I guess. Cats are stupid. They're assholes. It is what it is. But you can't really do that with a dog. So we decided to ask my daughter if she wanted to hang out at the house this weekend and watch the dog. She got the whole house to herself. Went and got her some food. She can cook. She can take care of herself. She's 18. We told her you can have one of her best friend. I said, if you want, so you're not here by yourself, you can have your best friend come over. She can spend the night, whatever. Right? We don't care. You got free reign of the house. Do whatever you want, type deal. Just don't burn the house down, and please clean up after yourself. Me being a dad, of course, I was worried, and I was checking in with her and everything else. Obviously, you want to check in with them regardless, whether you're worried or not. You just want to check in and make sure everything's cool, calm, cool, and collected. Her godparents live right down the road. My sister's 10 minutes away. Her mom's only 15 minutes away, 20 minutes away. So, it wasn't like there was nobody around. And that if she needed something, she couldn't reach out to somebody, and somebody could be here relatively quick and take care of it or help her or whatever the case may be. This might get frowned upon, but I did leave my gun for her. She knew where it was at. My kids have been taught and trained and talked about with guns. They know it's not a toy. They know they don't just pick it up and play with it. You none of that stuff. But I did leave it behind just in case. Told her, where it's at. It's already set up, ready to go, just in case. She's like, really? You think I'm gonna ask? I don't know. Once again, better to be safe than be sorry. But I think it went pretty well. Outside of the fact that it was her first time alone for a weekend and having the house to herself, she was a little bit scared, but not for the reasons that you think she would be scared. Not at all. Because the dog was acting weird and staring off at nothing, and she's like, "There's ghosts in this house," and I said, "There's not ghosts in the house. Might be a couple demons, but there's no ghost." I said, of all the things that you're afraid of for, being having the house to yourself for the first time, being trusted to be left alone for a weekend and everything like that, because Lord knows, I don't know what the fuck I did when I was if I had the opportunity to be home alone, it was friends and everything else, and acting a goddamn fool. But I said that's what you're afraid of, ghost. All the things that you be worried about. You're worried about freaking ghost. But I don't think she left mine and Nikki's room other than to go eat or whatever, because every time she'd Snapchat us or we'd be talking or whatever, she was back here watching TV with the dog. So, but it's one of those things. I guess she's growing up. I'm not quite ready for that, but it was kind of a big deal. Probably might be a bigger deal for me than it was for her. Let's be honest. I really don't know. But she did good. She didn't burn the house down. She didn't have no wild parties. She was still alive. That's a plus. Of course, we tell her, don't answer the door for strangers. Keep the door locked. If you leave, lock the door. But I think she did good. And it was a nice little pat on the back for me. Good job, Dad. Good job. You did good. She's 18. You left her alone for the weekend, and nothing major happened. Nothing crazy. The house is still here. Her and the dog are still alive, so it's a win. It's a win, baby. And in life, as we know, you got to take the wins you're given sometimes. Not all wins are guaranteed, so I'll take it. Woohoo! Winner, winner, chicken dinner, baby. This guy right here. Good job, Daddin. But anywho, I don't know. I'm proud of her though. She did do a good job, and I'm happy that she did all right. One of the proud papa moments, I guess you could say. A little bit. You know what I mean? Just a little bit of a proud papa moment at the end of the day. What are you gonna do? Judge me, I guess. But she's 18 and she did good. And she still and I took today off because we didn't get back until today. And she still went to school today. So there's a plus too. Because Lord knows when I was 18 and my parents were out of town, I'd have been like, yeah, I went to school. Yeah, I was 100% in school, I promise. Says the guy who moved out on his 18th birthday at the beginning of his senior year. And I did go to school every day, but I only had one class my senior year. So, and I worked 2 jobs. But no, she did go to school and came home, and I think she was ready to see us. She missed us. And the girls had to go get goodies because Nikki had a sweet tooth, so they went and got a bunch of goodies. Once we got the car unloaded. I have so much shit. I don't know what we're gonna do with all this. I'm gonna have to go buy a whole ass another dresser for this bedroom and figure out where to put it. Just for Nikki's stuff. Or something, some kind of organizer or something.
Alrighty, I'm back. Sorry.
Something to put in the closet. How you feel, man?
I think that was antimatter.
Did you have a good shit? You have a nice poop? Everything come out okay?
Red skin potatoes, green beans, and chili.
First and foremost, that's a hell of a combination for dinner.
Hey, it's called
I ain't mad at it.
At the same time.
I ain't mad at it. That is a hell of a combination for dinner, man. Red potatoes, green beans, and chili.
Bachelor's casserole.
I ain't mad at it, but damn.
And this one's going to be ground beef, queso cheese sauce with some mixed vegetables.
Hey man, I've been there when the kids weren't home and it was just me. Man, I would throw together some of the most crazy ass concoctions. But now I kind of want to put potatoes in a chili.
You want potatoes and onions in it.
I love potatoes.
Man, you're gonna roll over in your sleep one night and Nikki gonna whip your ass.
Oh no, trust me, we're way past all that. We're used to the demons that come out of each other's asses.
God bless y'all.
At this point, yeah. There's not a whole lot that's sacred between the two of us. We're just open books. Like, here it is. I'm sorry, I can't help it. I'm gonna fart, and it is what it is. You know?
It's that wrong one that'll ruin a relationship, though. I can promise you, boy.
But she's like, well, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm just gonna stink you out.
And I know you. Challenge accepted.
Yeah. I wish you would.
I know her. Challenge accepted.
I hit her with the old FAFO. Fuck around and find out.
Fuck around and find out.
No, I think that's one of the cool things about our relationship is the fact that it is like 100% an open book. Like there's not like, oh my God, I can't believe that you poop. Duh.
No, I can believe that you poop. Just keep this shit away from me.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I'm very courteous when I meet women. The first 6 months, I'm not going to use your bathroom.
Yeah, me too.
Bathroom? Nothing. I'm doing you a favor. I got candles. I got lights on. I'm doing you a favor. After they meet me later on, they be like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah, I'm very courteous too. The first time we meet. Well, we were out at her parents. The first time I met her parents, and we ate and everything like that. And I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have a poop emergency.
I'm leaving home. I'm going home."
And she was like, just go in there. And I was like, this is literally the first time I'm meeting your parents. I just don't want to go shit in their bathroom.
Exactly.
What does she do? About 5 minutes later? Mom, dad, aunt, her son, everybody, her son. Chris is afraid to poop in your bathroom. Her dad was like, just go take a shit if you have to shit.
And I would have told him, yes, I am.
I was like, I didn't want to
listen. I tell everybody every time I go somewhere, I said, listen, I am doing my best to be respectful in the first place. They're like, you got to pass. I said, you will take it back.
He said, just go take a shit. I was like, I'm trying to not be rude. He's like, if you have to shit, it'll be rude for you not to take a shit in my house.
Well, I'm gonna apologize now.
All right. So yesterday it was fair game, especially after drinking all night Saturday.
Man, I used to go to people's house. They'd be like, "Eat." I get one plate and I sit down. You want some more? No, I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah. I sound like I'm afraid
it's an insult if you don't eat over somebody's house. I said it's an insult if you see how much I eat. And then they'd be like, "Go ahead and eat, man. I will 4 plates. I will put away." And then when I come back the second time, they're gonna talk about me. He like to eat. We better get our food before he gets started. I said, I told you.
Yeah, right. I learned real quick in life, especially being from the country. It's 100% an insult. If they cook food and you don't eat, they want you to get filled up.
I have to be that way because see, and this is what I got to tell Southern people. You don't like certain foods or you won't eat certain people's cooking. Don't take it that way when other people are the same with you. It's not an insult against your cooking. Specific diets are serious these days. Some people don't eat meat. Mm-hmm. Some people don't eat no type of flesh food, whatever.
Yeah.
You just can't do it. And nobody knows what all your ingredients are, even your secret recipes. It's not disrespectful.
Hey, I tell them like this. First and foremost, you see I'm a big boy. You know I can eat. If you put it on the table, I'm eating it.
If
you ain't got to worry about me.
I snore. It is your fault. Trust me. I will compliment the hell out of you. But even you're gonna be like, "All right, that's enough."
Mm-hmm. I will eat my ass off.
I will eat till I am tired.
Like Nikki's dad made chicken, and then they were making fun of me because I'm not a very picky eater. There's certain things that I don't like. Obviously, everybody has that. And Nikki's like, "Hey, Dad's going to do chicken. Do you have any special requests?" I was like, "Nah, I'm not going to. This is only my second time out there. I'm not making special requests." And she was like, "Well, he asked." I was like, "All right, well, I mean, I'll eat any chicken, but I prefer like boneless, skinless chicken breast, right? That's what I like." So we came in off the grill. We got all the food on the table. He leans up, bumps me on the shoulder. He said, "Boneless, skinless chicken breast for you." And I'm like, "Yeah, but these fucking chicken breast boys, man, they were freaking. These were some big old chicken breasts
coming off the grill."
And her mom makes amazing pasta salad that she made, and then homemade baked beans. Oh my goodness! But her aunt makes potato salad. And I love potato salad. I mean, right, Sandy? Oh, man, I love me a nice boneless, skinless, and he barbecued it up. Man, it was good. It was really good.
I almost said something. I ain't gonna say it.
Yeah. You better not. You gonna get yourself in trouble. No,
Steak.
but because they
are
did
easy to cook, Sadie. I agree. They're very easy to cook. All you got to do is season them,
season them, and
cover them, and wait 15 minutes.
Yep.
Flip them every 5,
Mhm.
and you're gonna have a good man. I had.
Oh yeah, they were good. But they got together for actual Mother's Day, and her aunt had made potato salad, and I love potato salad. That's like one of my favorite, like cookout,
of course,
barbecue sides in the world.
And I'm gross. I put barbecue sauce on the side of my potato salad.
I don't put it inside if I make it or whatever, but if I've got like barbecue chicken or barbecue ribs or whatever, I'll get that barbecue sauce and put it with my potato salad. Nikki told her aunt, she's like, yeah, I told him that he's got to try your potato salad because you make the best potato salad, and that's his favorite. Her dad's like, well, we still got some in the fridge from last week. And she's like, it's week old. It's going to be gross. Nikki went and got the Tupperware container out and just set it beside me. And they're like, you're not going to get him a spoon or anything? She's like, nah, he's going to finish this. So I already, yeah. Oh, I mean, I had a fork, but I had a fork. But they just thought I was going to get a little bit of it. And Nikki was like, nah, he's going to finish this.
You didn't read the comment yet.
Which one? I like corn in mine. And you're, oh, you know what? I have had corn and potato salad.
You know what's a beast in my potato salad? Celery.
Mm-hmm.
That is.
It's really good, and I've only had it from the Amish. I ain't really seen it anywhere else. The Amish make a loaded baked potato salad. Cheese, bacon.
I can see, yeah.
I think they put ranch in it.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's
so like Wendy's. You get the baked potato, put the shit in there.
Yeah. Oh man,
and you mush it all up in it damn when you want to eat it like that, and then you get the skin afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, skin on the potato is the best part in my opinion.
No.
Yes, I have. Not the best thing in the world, but not the worst thing in the world.
Beets.
I had a vegan friend that did that. That fucking motherfucker put beets with everything.
I'm going to make one day. I'm going to put scallions in it. Scallions with some carrots.
Scallions?
Yes.
I could probably get down on that.
Scallions, I need to start buying more. I got chives. I want to put scallions, like when I do my omelets.
Yeah.
I want to put scallions in it with some chives.
Yeah, I could probably get down on some scallions in the potato salad.
You want to talk about
give it an extra little radishes? Oh, I love radishes. Man, I'll pull a radish out of the ground and wash it off and eat that sumbitch raw.
I don't even see a radish up there. She put radishes somewhere?
Oh, I thought you said radishes.
No, I didn't. I don't do radishes. I'll do scallions. I want to make potato salad one day. I'm going to put, you're going to have my diced eggs up in there. Some celery, some onions. Onions and scallions may be overkill, but it's going to be mine, so I'll do it.
I think I have had some potato salad with onions in it, and you just you can.
Great.
I'm not a big fan of onions.
Don't have peas in it. Peas are good with it too.
Peas are good with everything.
Yes, God have mercy. Oh, I would snore.
Onions, sometimes you can put too much in it. You have to have the right amount to give you that nice little onion flavor, but not so much that the onion flavor completely takes over the entire potato salad.
I don't mind that.
Yeah, I don't like onions like that.
You know what's going to be good about it? It's when that crunch kicks in.
Oh, yeah.
You get that crunch. Then your breath starts stinging because the onions be kicking in. All this opens up in here. Not the COVID out your damn sinuses. And then you look at somebody like, somebody passed me one of them ribs. It's about to go down tonight. Now, who gets some calls from Domino's around this motherfucker? You can't put good food around people that drink and talk shit. Yeah. That was a place of spades or some Domino's.
You can say a lot of things about
going. The kids want to play. The kids gonna play right there. We got full sets of eyes watching it. 15 playing a game over here. Yep. We all right tonight.
You can say a lot of things about nonsensical nonsense, but you'll never call us hungry.
Ever.
Because we eat.
We fucking eat. And on the right occasion, it ain't just food. God damn it.
Nonsensical Nonsense Food Network segment.
Oh yeah, we sick. I'm sick about
Bro,
food.
Golf Hawk, Tony D and I are both 6'2", well over 200 pounds.
I'm
You
250.
know we're passionate about food.
I am 250.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look,
I am 250.
your boy's 280 pounds of love to eat some good ass food. And then Nikki fucked around and bought me a grill with a smoker on it. Shit. You know I'm grilling and smoking shit left and right.
And don't be fooled. I just ate. This motherfucker can't go away. But when he there,
Yeah. I'm already trying to plan some ribs. I want to smoke some ribs, man. And I bought all them damn seasonings from Pampered Chef a couple weeks back. Man, I got Carolina, Kansas City barbecue, Tex-Mex, Texas barbecue, regular barbecue, Midwest barbecue. I got all kinds of rubs and shit.
fuck you, go for
Yeah, but we live in a good life. We're fed and we're happy.
To a third. You know what? These food trucks down here got me fucked up when they introduced me to that damn pulled chicken when it's smoked. Oh my god!
Oh, we got a farmers market that goes on up here in Newark every Friday through like May to September or whatever. You know what they just introduced this year to the farmers market?
What's that?
Food truck parade. Every week they're going to have 6 to 8 brand new food trucks.
Boy, you want to talk about some eating?
Guess who's going to be up at the farmers market every Friday? Come on, get a little bit of that.
Y'all don't understand. I would go, and that would be a whole episode in itself. I don't give a fuck. That would be
try to find out, food truck man.
They had pulled chicken. It was smoked,
Mm.
and then they put it on nachos with cheese.
Mm.
I told them, I said, I will be working overtime just for you all to come here every day.
Yeah.
It
Nikki sent me a video.
It took me 15 minutes to eat it. That's how healthy it was.
Mm-hmm.
It was. Oh my god!
Nikki sent me a video. She either sent me or we watched it. I think it was at the carnival, but it was off this food truck at the fair or whatever. They took one of them big baked potatoes, you know, them big taters, and they cut it open, kind of mashed the insides down a little bit. They have a pot of already melted butter. They poured a spoonful of butter in it.
Damn.
They put mac and cheese on top of it. Or no, they put shredded cheese, then mac and cheese, and then bacon bits.
Why would you put mac and cheese on top of a baked potato?
I don't know, but it looked good as fuck. And then they took the sour cream.
I'm listening.
And then they poured the sour cream on the top. And I won't say drizzle, but you know what I mean. They like did it. And I mean, this is like a 2 to 3 pound potato already. So, and then my man took a bite out of it, and Nikki and I both said the same shit. Where can we buy that? I want that. I'm gonna make that if I have to.
They would give you a baked potato, slice it,
Mhm.
and they will put steak, chicken, and shrimp. Then broccoli and cheese on top of it, then chives on top. And it was $12. When I tell you I will be full for, and y'all see, look.
There was a barbecue joint down in Tennessee that I went to.
Hybrid for a love machine, but that motherfucker right there was nothing but 93 octane. That energy all damn day.
Yep. There was a barbecue joint down in Tennessee that I went to, and I got, they had a 3-meat platter, a half rack of ribs, some brisket, whatever, chicken, turkey, whatever you wanted. But then I seen this baked potato. It was a loaded baked potato. This motherfucker had ribs, shredded chicken, pulled pork, topped with ribs, cheese, barbecue sauce, and baked beans. No, you want to do that look? You want to do that look, Tony? Jesus, dude. I had to take the meat platter home with me.
Yes.
I struggled to eat this baked potato. Yes. It was so goddamn good.
I can't even do pulled pork no more. I don't make it home.
Oh, I love pulled pork. Pulled pork, shredded chicken, barbecue pulled pork. Oh my god, I love it.
When I had some in 2006, and I've had pulled pork before, but for some reason, my system said no. I said I got to go home.
Oh, my system said, well, I didn't say no, like, but it said, what?
My sister said no. My system was evicting.
Yeah, I mean, and the baked potato itself was like fucking 3 pounds by itself, and then they put all this shit on top of it, and I was just like, they brought it out and I said, I'm gonna need the box for my ribs and brisket and shit, just so you know right off the bat, because this tater's gonna put me to sleep.
And honestly, Sadie, pulled chicken is better. It was smoked pulled chicken, and I swear I would whip somebody's ass for that damn plate. I would beat the hell out of somebody. That's how good it is. I put that on the same level as beef ribs. Good beef ribs are hard to find.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Good meat on the bone.
Mm-hmm.
You want to see me with? I got some beef ribs over here. Just whip his. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I know. That's what I can't wait to.
I'm not down with sucker punching nobody, but you about to get it today.
Well, and I think on my grill I can get 2 full racks of rib on my grill. And
smoking, you got to smoke for at least a good clean 12 hours.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna. Well, that's what I told Nikki. I said that's gonna be something I'd have to come home and, I'd get it all. Get it marinated, whatever.
You marinate it before you go to work. You come home from work. You go ahead and start cooking. You don't worry about it till the next morning.
Yep, that's what I told her. I said, that's gonna be something we're gonna have to get it marinated a night before, then take it out, put the rub and everything on it, throw it on the smoker. It's gonna smoke for a hot minute.
And then this fried turkey, they got me so fucked up down south, boy.
But it would have to be something that I started like on a Friday so that I could keep the smoker hot and everything else. So I'm I'm home Friday night and into Saturday or whatever. But yeah, man, I love me a good pulled pork. I mean, it blows my mind. Speaking of barbecue, and I'm not just saying this because I'm from here, but it's actually documented. Ohio is severely underrated for having some of the best barbecue in the country.
I've never heard about Ohio barbecue. I would call that true. I've never heard anything about Ohio. One thing I heard about Ohio is a bunch of y'all are from there and ain't none of y'all happy.
Well, that's true. It sucks here.
No, y'all are proud. Y'all work.
Yeah.
Y'all got crime. Y'all crazy.
Sounds like every other state.
This is true.
It's just, Ohio. Let's be honest. Ohio isn't that bad. It's just one of those things. We grew up here. Our sports teams are dog shit.
We do got family up there. A lot of people have family up there. They don't even know it.
Yeah. Ohio's cool.
Like Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah. Ohio is cool because there's a lot of things, believe it or not, there's a lot of things to do here in Ohio. I mean, outside, if you want to look at sports, we have 2 NFL teams in Ohio.
Oh, Ricochet just fucked himself up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we have 2 major league baseball teams in Ohio. We've got an NBA team. We've got a hockey team. We've got a soccer team.
2 football teams.
And then you got the Ohio State Buckeyes, and then you got the Columbus Clippers. So, I mean, there's your sports. We got a lot of things to do sports-wise. We got Lake Erie. We got beaches. I mean, not like ocean beaches, but we got beaches. We got you can go to Hocking Hills or Dillon State Park or Alum Creek State Park.
You got a hockey team, you said?
Yeah, the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Major League Hockey?
Yeah, NHL. Columbus Blue Jackets.
Yeah, the state's got everything, yeah.
Yeah, Columbus Blue Jackets.
You got a bunch of cities.
Oh, yeah, we got Cleveland.
Every city should have its own team.
Well, Cleveland has the Browns and the Indians, or Guardians.
Right.
Cincinnati has the Reds and the Bengals.
Right.
Columbus has the Columbus Blue Jackets and the Columbus Crew. Crew is a Major League Soccer team, and they are champion. They are a championship team.
You also got a AAA baseball. You got AAA. You got a couple of AAA baseball teams up there too. Columbus and Toledo, I think, both have.
Well, you got the Toledo Mud Hens and the Columbus Clippers baseball. Yes. Oh shit! I'm sorry. Cleveland has 3 of the major 4s. They got the Guardians, the Cavaliers, and the Browns.
Yes.
You got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland.
Yes.
I mean, in all honesty, there is a lot to do. Ohio, Random Rick.
We have the Air Force.
We have Rickenbacker.
One of the major Air Force bases in the country up there as well.
Yeah, Rickenbacker.
Random Rick was good. No, I'm talking about Right Pat.
Oh, Right Pat. We got Right Pat and Rickenbacker. We do have Kings Island.
Yes, Right Pat.
But you have one of the number 1 amusement parks in the country in Cedar
Kings Island,
Point.
yes. I've heard about Kings Island for many years. This is true. I've heard about that. No, Cedar Point, excuse me. Cedar Point's the one I heard about.
Cedar Point's up north by Lake Erie, and Kings Island's down in Cincinnati. Two huge major amusement parks. Cedar Point's one of the top amusement parks in the country, if not the world.
I think in the world.
Yeah, it might be in the world. I know they have multiple rides that nobody in the world has, height-wise, speed-wise, everything like that. I mean, there is a lot to do in Ohio. I think that the hostility and the grumpiness about Ohioans is the fact that we're from here and we've seen and done all these things a million times.
I mean,
to be 100% honest, I love Ohio. This is, it's never really felt like home to me.
Last year you hated it.
Yeah,
Last year you hated Ohio. Last year you did.
I've never not hated Ohio, but there's Jesus Christ, Kevin. But this is home, and I don't like it, but most of the time. But this is home to me, and I'm also looking at it like this. Now, I'm going to get to do a lot of things that I haven't got to do in years in Ohio because Nikki likes to go on adventures, and this is all new to her. So, like a lot of things that I remember doing when I was younger or growing up and whatnot. And I'm like, whatever. It sounds exciting again because I haven't done it in years.
Right.
And I get to do it with her. And it's her first time ever. Like, we're going to Hocking Hills to go camping in July for her birthday. And I haven't been to Hocking Hills, and I don't even remember. But there's caves, and there's trails, and there's ponds and rivers you can swim in, and waterfalls and all that stuff. And I'm like, this is going to be fun because not only are we going together, but the kids are going to be with us. The kids get to experience that as well. Obviously the sports aspect, I've always been, because I'm a fan of all, outside of the Buckeyes, I'm a fan of all the Ohio teams for the most part. So,
focus on Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. We do have a lot of Bigfoots in Ohio, me included.
Bigfoots.
But Ohio is a huge area for the big feats. I will find my real family one day, Random Rick. And they will welcome me back with open arms.
They're going to tell you you're too bald. You don't have enough hair to be family.
Shit. I'm too bald. Let me introduce you to my friend Tony D.
Right. I am not a Bigfoot.
He's a Blackfoot, but not a Bigfoot.
I have Caribbean in me. You can have that hairy shit.
But yeah, we do have Bigfoots up here, and there's a lot of history in Ohio. I mean, Ohio is the birthplace of aviation. The Wright brothers were from here.
Yeah, but they did it in North Carolina. Try again.
The Wright brothers are from Ohio, first and foremost.
In North Carolina.
Their first flight was in North Carolina.
Yeah.
But the birthplace of aviation is Ohio.
Yeah.
Everything they did before that first flight was in Ohio. Wright-Patterson.
Yes, I
know. We are the home of presidents. More presidents have come from Ohio than anywhere else. William Tecumseh Sherman was from Ohio.
Who the fuck is he? Oh, Indian. Tecumseh.
Yeah, well, William Tecumseh Sherman. But Tecumseh the Indian.
Wait a minute. Transformers trailer.
Oh, my goodness. That shit looks good.
Mirage is different. I mean, I'm assuming it's Hoist. Is it too much to ask for the original G1 Transformers, y'all? Is it too much to ask for that? My God. Where the hell is Wheeljack and Sunstreaker? They already killed old boy in the Bumblebee movie. Cliff jump.
Tony, what do you know about the Civil War?
I'm glad I wasn't there.
Well, obviously. But you asked who is William Tecumseh Sherman?
No, I know the name Tecumseh. I had to spell
You
it out.
remember the guy who basically burned the entire South?
No, entirely no. I'll be honest, entirely no. I don't remember a lot of that stuff. But
Sherman's March.
They made him a Porsche, Random Rick. And the Porsche in the cartoon was Jazz. Sorry, ugly. He threw me back. Yeah, Random Rick threw me back to Transformers. You know, I'm a bit of a Transformers junkie. For those of you little young fucks that don't know, you started the original Transformers cartoon. A bunch of us from back then, we do that shit. Big up to the last Autobot on TikTok for showing the movie every day. He showed this fucking movie, and we all get mad every time Optimus Prime dies. God damn it!
William Tecumseh Sherman, born in Lancaster, Ohio in 1820, had a scorched earth policy as a general. William Tecumseh Sherman in the Civil War.
There's a lot of military.
General in the Union Army.
Okay, that's great.
And set the South ablaze. That's why I said you're like, who's Sherman? I don't know.
You said William Tecumseh Sherman. It's a combination of the names that threw me on.
Well, that's his name, William Tecumseh Sherman.
Yeah, I know the Tecumseh part because I've seen that name a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting old. I admit it. I can't remember like I used to. And I say that because you keep winning fucking trivia games and it's pissing me off. I can't remember like I used to, so fuck you.
What? I am like, I have so much useless trivia and knowledge in my head. It's unprecedented. I can never go on Jeopardy.
I used to be that bad. I
can never go on Jeopardy. Now, sometimes when I'm watching Jeopardy, I do pretty well. I'm not that smart, but like the useless, like, remember, you know how, I don't know, do you guys have, are you familiar with Buffalo Wild Wings?
Absolutely.
You know how they had the trivia? You
can
go and play?
Yes, you can play it, yes.
I used to play that shit when we'd go in there, and I would just kill everybody in the entire restaurant.
That's good.
And it's just one of those things about me. It's just the amount of useless trivia and knowledge I have in my head, and I don't even understand where I have half of it from.
You want to get good on Jeopardy, Random Rick? I'm gonna help you out. Jeopardy, I could get maybe 10 questions right the whole damn episode.
Oh, I do pretty good sometimes on Jeopardy.
I get 10 of them right. But what I did one day, I watched Win Ben Stein's Money. I watched a marathon of it. And then Jeopardy came on and I was able to answer all the questions. You just got to get your mind right. We got to get our minds back, get off of this other bullshit we all could.
Well, that's one time, because I used to watch Jeopardy. I enjoyed it. One time I was watching it with my ex-mother-in-law, and I was just firing off the answers. And she looked at me and she said, "You are way smarter than you let people think, aren't you?" And I said, "I do that on purpose."
My wife would sit there and be like, and then her mom, my mother-in-law, she looked at me one time and she was like, my wife said, "Yeah, he does this." And then we went over her cousin's house one time, and the show came on. I sat there, I was answering the question. Her aunt looked at me like, she was like, "Yeah, he does this." I watched Jeopardy since it started. Yeah. Everything was fucking Rembrandt and Xerxes. Rembrandt, Beethoven, and Xerxes. Sometimes it was Julius Caesar. Every now and then there was somebody Russian, and only Alice Trebek could pronounce a name properly.
Yeah,
that motherfucker would say some shit. Rest in peace to Alice Trebek. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. No, she said, "You are way smarter than you let people know," and I'm like, "Yeah, duh."
Oh, these were the live episodes, Random Rick. I was serious with it. Jeopardy used to be tough, but when Ben Stein's Money was tougher. That was a tough game show. I used to watch that, and I also used to watch Stump the Schwab on ESPN. You think you know sports.
And I also want you to know that I'm smart. I'm way smarter than a fifth grader.
Well, it depends on the fifth grade question.
I used to kill those questions.
Some people can't do those math questions.
I was like, these kids are fucking retarded.
They can't do the math questions, boy. That math will kick your ass.
Oh, math has always been one of my favorite subjects. I used to do that shit. My teachers would get so pissed off at me. They're like, "Show your work," and I'm like,
Yeah.
I truly don't know how to show my work because I do it in my head.
That's why I didn't finish
Hello?
That's why I didn't finish on Algebra 2 Trig. I couldn't show how I came up with the answer. I could look at the equation and tell you the answer, but I couldn't prove it. You know, a lot of times you got to prove, you got to write it all the way out. I mean, just see it.
Mm-hmm.
I would literally just see it.
473 million.
Right. With 12 over 432 is the remainder.
Squared to the fourth power.
3 times 3 times 3. 27.
Yeah, 27. Sorry, I didn't see that. Now, sometimes some of those math problems, because I forget, like sometimes I forget when it's like 3 times 3 minus 5 plus divided, and I forget the order you're supposed to do it in.
Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally.
What?
Parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, add, subtract.
Oh, I never heard that before. That's actually kind of cool. I've never heard that before. Right. You just really black power me. Just black power me. Well, to you, I say, fuck you forever.
Public school power.
If Jeff was here, he would Hail Hitler you.
You said Hail Hitler.
Now, math and history were two of my favorite sports in school, or sports classes in school. I was terrible in science. I was terrible in science.
No, science was awesome.
And anybody who's watched more than 5 minutes of this podcast knows that English is not my strong point.
Or Jeff's.
What?
We would tell the motherfucker, spell it out for him.
Oh, yeah, Jeff.
And he would still spell it wrong.
We'll send him the correct spelling, and he'll still fuck it up. No, as our number one catchphrase on this show has always been, words are hard.
Words are hard. We gotta wrap this up.
I gotta cut Jeff a little bit of credit, and I gotta give him a little bit of slack, because he is actually dyslexic.
If he actually is, then we could give him that. And I actually get on him because he's on the computer talking and typing to people so much. That's what blows my mind when I would have never thought it.
Yeah, but you know, when we specifically send him how to spell shit, or you spell it out on the show, and he's still
writing it now.
Yeah, and he still fucks it up.
And now I have to call him a liar, because as I think about it, he just pisses me off more. Jeff, you're a fucking liar. Yeah. I'm right. Look at Randall Rick. You stupid. You motherfucker said, I spell it out to him. He's like, okay, no problem. You lied to me, you son of a bitch.
Look at Randall Rick. God, I wish Jeff was here.
You'll see it.
Hit him with that Wednesday.
You'll see it. I gotta wrap this up. I gotta get to bed, man.
This guy's got to get to bed. That means he's going to
go to bed.
A music show.
Go to bed.
We're only at 2 hours. We have a whole another hour to fill.
You got 1 more hour to
go. The 3-hour show, and this guy leaves at 2 hours.
This don't pay the bills.
What?
This doesn't pay the bills.
Him walking away and talking across the house is about as bad as Jeff and his spelling.
King Kong ain't got nothing on me.
Yeah. We've seen how that worked out for Diesel Washington.
Stop saying the name wrong. You and the rest of Hollywood. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, motherfuckers of all ages, I got to go to sleep.
Tony's gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna do maybe an hour, maybe a few more minutes by myself.
Mother had your mother made your motherfucking and all that other good shit. I should be here Wednesday night, no problem.
Wait, what?
I should be here Wednesday night, no problem. See, I ain't had my nap this afternoon. I'm going to fuck to bed.
I'll be here Wednesday night.
Yeah, I should be here. I don't
think I have any issues this week. I don't think I got anything going on this week. Kids are out on summer break starting Wednesday.
Oh, good Lord.
So we go into the week.
Four.
We go into the week on, week off with the XY.
I gotta start that next month too, so I get my shit together. I'll catch you Wednesday. All y'all in the chat, appreciate y'all coming.
Much love, man.
All right, y'all take care.
All right, Tony is out. Let's take a real quick break. I got to piss, and I'm gonna grab another beer, and I'm gonna chit chat with you guys. Any of you guys want to come up? Let me know. It's an open door. Let's see, what do we got on the docket as far as music goes? I don't really have anything to talk about, but I'll figure something out. I always do. Because if there's one thing I like to do, is hear my own voice. Let's do. Shit. I deleted a bunch of stuff. Let's do. Anyway, let's do this. Let's do Morgan Wallen's Last Night, covered by Our Last Night. I like these guys. I'm going to get more of their music on here. And I think these are the guys I reached out to and talked to, so we have free reign to play their music. So I'm going to get more of their music on here. We'll be back here in just a couple minutes. If you guys want to pull up with me, let me know, and I'll send you the link out. If not, I'm just going to talk to myself for a little bit longer. And I'll be right back.
Last night we let the liquor talk. I can't remember everything we said, but we said it all. You told me that you wish I was somebody you never met, but baby, something's telling me this ain't over yet. No way it was our last night. I kiss your lips, make you grip the sheets with your fingertips. Last bottle of Jack, we split a fifth. Just talk about life, going sip for sip. Yeah, you know you love to find, and that say shit I don't mean, but until you wake up wanting you and me. I know that last night we let the liquor talk. I can't remember everything we said, but we said it all. You told me that you wish I was somebody you never met, but baby, something's telling me this ain't over yet. No way it was our last night. No way it was our last night. No way it was the last night that we break up. I see your taillights in the dust. You call your mama, I call your bluff. In the middle of the night, pull right back up. Yeah, my friends say let her go. Your friends say what the hell, I wouldn't change her kind of love for nothing else. Oh baby, last night we let the liquor talk. I can't remember everything we said, but we said it all. You told me that you wish I was somebody you never met, but baby, something's telling me this ain't over yet. No way it was our last night. We said we had enough. I can't remember everything we said, but we said too much. I know you packed your shit and slammed the door right before you left, but baby, something's telling me this ain't over yet. No way it was our last night. No way it was our last night. I know you said this time you really were coming back again, but baby, something's telling me this ain't over yet. No way it was our last night. No way it was our last night.
And we are back. Perfect timing by me yet again. I'm nailing this timing thing down pretty freaking good, ladies and gentlemen. But anywho, welcome back to Nonsensical Nonsense. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying the show a little bit tonight. You don't enjoy it a lot, maybe just a little bit. Tony D has gone. Him's needed to get his sweepy sweep on. So you're stuck with me. What the hell was I looking at on here? I was looking at something not too long ago. Anywho, if you're not already, go ahead and check us out on all social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Don't forget, we go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday on YouTube and Twitch at 6 p.m. You can come hang out with us, shoot the shit in the chatter box, all that fun jazz, and hell, who knows? We may pull you into the show if you want to join us. And if you can't join us live, you can always listen to us anytime, any place on Spotify and everywhere you listen to podcasts at all at Nonsensical Nonsense Podcast. You know the drill. Go ahead and give us a follow, give us a like, and if you'd be so kind, give us a share. And don't be shy sharing that live out. Go ahead and let other people know, hey, it's Monday, it's Wednesday, it's Saturday, and we're hanging out with our guys, Nonsensical Nonsense Podcast. We'd greatly appreciate that. With that being said, like I said, Tony had to go. He had to go get his sleepy sleep on. I'm going to hang out here, drink another beer, well, I got 2 more beers on my desk. I'm going to drink them with you guys, shoot the shit a little bit longer. You know me, I'm Glick. You already know that. I don't have to tell you. That's why you come here, is for me. Probably not, but I tell myself that, so it is what it is. What are you going to do? The break music was by a band called Our Last Night, and that was their cover of Morgan Wallen's song called Last Night. I like those guys. I reached out to them on TikTok. I stumbled across them. Anybody who's on TikTok, you know that you have like an algorithm. Now, my main page on TikTok at Glick_talk, my algorithm is basically filled with Call of Duty music, like a lot of unsigned, up and coming, artists that are trying to get out there, and food. That's my algorithm on TikTok. The podcast TikTok page isn't much different. It's a little bit different, just based off of not necessarily videos and stuff like that we like, but it's still a lot of music, a lot of motivational type stuff. Because for whatever reason I get on there and that's what pops up, and I like a lot of what I hear and I like a lot of what I see. So that's kind of what's in our algorithm on our TikTok page. But I've been fortunate enough to come across a lot of these new bands that people may or may not know about. So I mean, you guys know the old saying: you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So I'll message them, or I'll follow them on Instagram or whatever, and shoot them a message. Hey, would it be cool if we play? Not necessarily like that, but hey, how you doing? I'm Glick. I host a podcast. And would it be cool if we played your music? And it's either no answer at all or hell yeah, fucking go ahead, as long as you shout us out. Hey, I already said that in the message. I'll shout you guys out. I'll tell people where to find you at. Oof, you guys can really see my tan lines now. I got burnt like a motherfucker. Surprisingly, it doesn't hurt, but yeah, not so bad on this side. But so it kind of comes into the whole cover thing, because a lot of these bands, up and coming bands, bands like No Resolve and State. What is it? State of Mind. Let me see here. Let me get it right, because we've played them on here. Yeah, State of Mind. they got really famous and or not necessarily famous, but really popular by doing cover songs. Which is awesome because I mean there's nothing better than seeing somebody else's rendition or their idea of what they want to do with the song. So so that's kind of our loophole too. Not only can we introduce you guys to new artists that you may not have known, but we can play big songs and popular songs and not get in trouble because we're nobodies at this point. Nonsensical nonsense is we're still relatively new and still trying to create a name for ourselves. But anywho, it's all part of the fun game. It's all part of the fun game that I play behind the scenes, reaching out to people and talking to people and trying to grow and everything else. So much fun. It'll be worth it at the end of the day. I know it will be, but it's a lot of work right now. I was, part of a lot of the things that I do. I like to look at news stories because sometimes I just like to read some news stories. Um, but speaking of music, on kind of the same music kick, um, I am not a fan of this band. I do not like this band at all. But they were. I don't like the band. I don't like the lead singer. I've cracked jokes several times, but they were very influential. They were a huge part of the grunge movement, Nirvana. But just recently, Kurt Cobain's broken guitar was on auction. Um, that was a black Fender Stratocaster covered in scratches and chipped wood. The names of Cobain and his former band and Nirvana are misspelled. And the guitar itself was which was once smashed and put back together is no longer playable. But on Saturday, the broken guitar was sold at Julian's auctions for $600,000, which was 10 times more than its opening asking price. Why? I mean, and that was kind of Cobain's thing. He smashed guitars and he broke guitars, whatever. But they were actually signed by the band, and they were and the names and everything like that were misspelled on purpose. So I mean, I guess that's one cool thing. It does have Dave Grohl on there. Kurt Cobain signed it. Hello, Mark. Love your what did it say? Oh God, I just had it. Hello, Mark. Love your pal, Kurt Cobain, and he spelled it KurtKobain. Washed up rock star was the signature that he put on there. They misspelled Nirvana on purpose. Chris Novleski and Dave Grohl also signed it. Chris signed it. Chris loves Mark. Just random shit. That is just wild to me. $600,000. $100,000. You know, we've talked about this multiple times on the show. This memorabilia and this nostalgia factor and everything else. The amount of money some of this shit goes for is wild. I wish Leggy would have popped in here tonight because I wanted to ask her about this Saturday night, and I didn't get a chance to. And I know she's from Scotland; she's not from Ireland, but apparently Ireland will require cancer warnings and calorie counts on alcoholic beverages. And this kind of goes back. I mean, here in the States, and I don't know if it's like this everywhere else, but here in the States, everything you buy, food wise or whatever, I don't think beer has it on it, but you know, they have the nutritional fact thing. You know what I mean? And it shows like carbs and sugars and sodium and and amount per servings. But apparently in Ireland, they're going to require the cancer warnings, which cigarettes started doing that a long ass time ago. The Surgeon General bullshit. Warning may cause cancer. Do not smoke. Like, don't smoke when you're pregnant. May cause birth defects. Whatever the hell the Surgeon General warning is. But Ireland has approved new rules that will require an extensive health labeling on alcoholic beverages, including cancer warnings and calorie count. I didn't know that there was anything that said alcohol led to cancer. Anybody who's smarter than me that might be in here or maybe listening, or if you catch the replay or anything like that, feel free to hit us up, whether it be on social media, or we do have an email at Nonsensical Nonsense Podcast or at Nonsensical Nonsense Podcast at gmail.com. And let me know, because I didn't know that there was any evidence or research or anything that led to alcohol being related to cancer. Because if that's the case, I am fucked. I am absolutely fucked, ladies and gentlemen, because I do consume a lot of alcohol. I'm just saying. But I was hoping to ask Lakey about this because she's in Scotland, but again, she's out there. But it said officials saying providing such information, which will also have to be available in pubs and other licensed establishments, is critical as experts learn more about the health hazards of drinking. It says the law is designed to give us all of us consumers a better understanding of the alcohol content and health risks associated with consuming alcohol, whatever. And we all know that you know, I think most of us are old enough and know enough that obviously it causes issues with your liver, causes, I believe alcohol is a downer. But you know, there are risks that you're going to take when you drink a lot, or you know, I don't consume nearly as much as I used to, but I can still tie one off every once in a while. I'm going to have to look more into that and get a little bit better understanding as to the cancer connection, because I didn't know that. I didn't know there was a connection to cancer and alcohol. Oh, sorry. Speaking of drinking, a guy out in Colorado, out in Springfield, Colorado, was arrested for a DUI. He got himself a Dewey. You know what I mean? But police say that he tried switching places with his dog to avoid taking the rap for it. Says, police pulled a guy over for speeding before he tried to swap around with his dog and claimed that he wasn't driving. The police officer said that once they got to the side of the road, that he was showing clear signs of intoxication, and he ran away when asked about his alcohol consumption. They said in this Facebook statement, it's worth pointing out here that the investigation is ongoing, and as Springfield police put it, all parties involved are innocent until proven guilty. I mean, it's 2023, ladies and gentlemen. Are we really proven are we innocent until proven guilty? Or in this day and age, are we guilty and until proven innocent, and then even after we're proven innocent, still have to wear that guilty crown until otherwise proven? Because social media is a son of a bitch. And once social media gets a hold of you and labels you as one thing, regardless of anything, once social media gets a hold of you and labels you as one thing, you're stuck with that label, no matter what anybody else says or does. At the end of the day, nothing crazy, nothing major or serious, but I know we've gotten the label here at Nonsensical Nonsense because a couple people got their panties in a twist. I mean, those people are irrelevant; they don't matter, but we still got a label. No matter how many times we try to show that we're not, we will always be those guys at the end of the day. But how you going to put your dog on some bum ass shit, man? Like, just take the Dewey and deal with it. You're gonna you might lose your license. You're gonna catch a fine. You're gonna have to go and take a driver safety course or whatever the hell they want to call it. But at the end of the day, take the L, bro. You did it. You made the decision to drink and drive. You made the decision to act like a fucking moron. Own up to it and live with it. We were talking about this yesterday. When we were at Nikki's parents. Got to jump around here. Damn it. I got to find it. We were talking about this yesterday. Apparently, God damn it. What the hell are these called? There we go. There is a company, and I would really like to ask the ladies this of the show. I know Nikki's feelings and thoughts about it. There's a company called Thinks Inc. Leak protection reimagined. Now, ladies, as you get older, after you've had kids, whatever, sometimes a sneeze, sometimes laughing, sometimes coughing. You're going to dribble a little bit, whatever. So they got the um, bladder leak underwear. You know what I mean? So it's like it's not supposed to be as bad. It's not going to be noticeable, whatever. But they went one step further. Thinks has period underwear for women and teens. So basically, you just throw them on, and you can, instead of putting a pad in or a tampon in, um, and they're reusable underwear, so you can wash them and whatnot. Um, we were talking about this yesterday. And, and Nikki's dad said they shouldn't be called thinks, they should be called stinks. But at the same time, her mom was there, and Nikki was there, and her aunt was there, and it was one of those things like, and I understand, being a girl dad, I understand how pads and tampons work, and growing up with sisters and stuff like that. But it's one of those things like, I mean, do you really just want to be in that all day long? Is that something that you want to do? I mean, do you carry 4 pair of underwears with you a day so you can change them out if they get too much period stuff in there? You're like, I gotta take these out, but then you got to put them in your bag. You don't just throw them away because they're reusable. You just wash them. You just wash them shits, and you throw them in the washing machine, and then you're good to go for the next go around. And we all heard we've all heard period panties. It's comfortable granny panties that you wear when you're on your period. That's one thing because you're still doing the other stuff. But I mean, do you really want to be in blood-soaked panties? I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. And let's be brutally honest, and talk out of turn. Do you really want to be in blood-soaked panties all day, or for an extended time of the day? Are you just gonna throw them on and go to work, and then when you get home from work, take them off and throw another pair on, and that's what you're gonna wear for the night? It sounds really gross and incredibly unhygienic. I'm just saying, what the hell do I know? I'm a dude. I don't bleed from my pecker every 30 days or 27 days or whatever it is. The fuck do I know? Anywho, I digress. I noticed our friend didn't show up tonight. You're probably creeping. Learn to take a joke. I was fucking with you Saturday night, just so you know. Anywho. 2.5 hour show sounds about right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna go get something to eat. And I gotta figure out how the hell to get our bed back. Because as I stated, Nikki's still moving stuff from her house to here. And we brought a carload of stuff back. And half of it is on our bed. So I have to figure out how to reclaim our bed. How does one reclaim their bed? I actually can't wait until we move out of here and get a different place so we actually have room for everything. Yes, this place is a lot bigger than my old place. Excuse me, that I had before here. But when I got this place, I did not at that time know that I was going to start dating somebody, because I wasn't really looking to date or anything like that, and or that she would be moving in with me. So we learned very quick this place is not big enough. So we'll go ahead and wrap up the lease here and look for something bigger. Here in the next couple months, start looking for something bigger so that we have room for everything at the end of the day. Because we ran out of room very, very, very quick. I don't think she knew that she had as much stuff as she had until she started moving. But that happens. I mean, you're in a place for so long, and you start to accumulate so much shit, and you just kind of pack it away or put it in areas that you forget about until you go to move, and then you go to move, and it's just like, what the fuck am I gonna do with all this shit? I mean, when I moved from South Carolina back to Ohio, I took like 7 or 8 truckloads full of shit to the dump, and it was just one of those things where, yeah, I could have probably sold some of it and made a little bit of money, but at the same time, I didn't have time to do all that. And it was just easier to throw it away. I mean, there was so much shit accumulated over the 6 years that I lived in my house that I had in Charleston. It was wild. I think that's what we're running into now. And she's parted ways with a lot of things. I'll give her, I did the same thing when I moved in here. I parted ways with a lot of stuff that had just been sitting and hanging out. But I filled up the apartment quick. And there's still a lot of stuff that she's like, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm like, just hang tight. We'll figure it out. We'll once again upgrade when my lease is up here. We'll go ahead and we'll upgrade to something bigger. If not, try to buy a house or something. I have no idea. We'll have to wait and see what the hell happens. But I digress. I'm going to keep talking because that's how my brain works. More random shit just pops in, and then I keep talking. Let's go ahead and wrap the show up with you know what? Let's show my guy some love. Matt James of Blacktop Mojo. Go ahead and check out Blacktop Mojo on all social media and everywhere you listen to music at Blacktop Mojo. Check out Matt James at Matt James on YouTube and Spotify and all that. This is his first solo song. I really like it. But I like everything these guys do. And the guys are busting their asses. They got the new album coming out soon. They are in the studio working on it. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be awesome. And with that being said, enjoy a little Matt James of Way Too Strong, his first official solo song.
Broken picture frames from all our yesterdays were spread out on the floor. A movie I can't watch no more. Happy I stayed through. A man that once used to breathe the sun, but now no one is here. I keep tearing up these photographs, 'cause it's the only thing that I am that keeps me from moving on. That memory's way too strong, so I keep drinking through the pain and trying to numb it like Novocaine. But this hurt is still not gone. Your memory's way too strong. Snapshots of what was once called love. We're hanging on the walls, but pieces of them all were floating around because I keep tearing up these photographs, 'cause it's the only thing that I am that keeps me from moving on. That memory's way too strong, so I keep drinking through the pain, trying to numb it like Novocaine. But this
Yeah, buddy. Little Matt James, the Blacktop Mojo right there with Way Too Strong. We appreciate y'all listening. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed our Monday night show. Little out there for me tonight because, like I said, spent the weekend away, was on the road all day today. So, but somehow, some way, we still managed to put a show together for you guys. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. We will see you Wednesday night. Same nonsensical time, same nonsensical channel. But until then, as Jeffrey would say, deuces. In the words of the one and only Big Dog, peace out, ace head down. Tony done told you sons of bitches earlier. And with that being said, there's nothing left to do other than say, be good. Or be good at it. And with that being said, goodbye, motherfuckers. Hit the button. I'm hitting the button. Here we go. The button's hit.